Alright, hello everybody, this is Demon coming back for another round of Final Fantasy XIV. So if I remember correctly, we ended the last episode actually finishing the um, first mission, our first Alliance dungeon. Um, so hopefully everything works out gracefully. If anybody's curious why the big chicken isn't here anymore, because I did this. I got really bored. It flies. Um, But in all seriousness, I ended up doing all the, what are they called? The extreme raids for this? I forget. Let me double check. What are those things called? Are they called extremes? No, it's not under, yeah. Where's the other ones? Are they under trials? Maybe trial? That might be trials. Oh yeah, it's trials. Yeah, I ended up doing all the, extreme ones by myself. It wasn't that bad. Just had to, like, keep doing the same ones multiple times. The only one that was, like, actually close to killing me between all the bosses was Roma? Roma? I forget his name. Um, and it was really just because of damage differences, I think, if I remember correctly. Kind of kicked my ass. But overall, they weren't that bad. I know, oh, yeah, it's unavailable New Game Plus mode. Wait a minute, this is considered, he's still considered being a New Game Plus, even though not in New Game Plus, even though he is. Huh. So good of you to join us, Hydaelyn. Our meeting will be dull indeed without a full count of experiences in the labyrinth. Take a moment to collect yourself, and when you're ready, we shall debate how best to proceed. But they actually aren't that hard. I highly recommend doing them if you want like all the horse mounts. What did I say? Okay, read something else. Um, that one wasn't that bad. Um, this one was pretty easy. The naval was really not difficult. They just kind of limit you on your ability to attack. Bowl of Embers had the same issue. I noticed when I was playing it, very difficult to get attacks off because eventually he goes invulnerable. Didn't care about this one. Hurl Eater wasn't bad either. The only issue I ran into was getting like trying to nitpick and find where he was going to hit the ship at. And if you're like fighting, it could be a little bit of a pain in the ass try to get that last second look, but it really wasn't that bad. Um, as I said, his was the longest out of all of them, I think. Like in terms of like doing damage to me and everything else included. Shiva's wasn't that bad. Shiva was actually pretty easy. I don't know why they make some easy and some difficult. I guess it's just the way the game's the routine of the fight goes. Fellowship of Noah has been accounted for, and it is time this assembly was called to order. Rambo's presiding over the meeting. If you would be so kind as to inform him of your readiness to proceed. Last time I talked to him, he told me leave him alone. Welcome back, Ian. I have just been reading about your encounter in the Labyrinth of Ancients. It pleases me greatly to note that you seem none the worse for the experience. For your reference, I've added my own notes to Gra's preliminary expedition report and begun compiling a Crystal Tower survey log. Information contained therein will be available to you at all times. Should you have any questions, you need only ask. Now, if there are no objections, I shall begin with the summary of the expedition's key accomplishments. In the course of this, our first foray into the grounds of Crystal Tower, we succeeded in neutralizing the structures of our defenses, before proceeding to secure the maze surrounding the base of the spire. According to Ian's account, the labyrinth defenses were most emphatically active. Disturbingly, her report also mentions a violent encounter with a sentry heavily augmented by Allegan technology. In short, our misgivings were well founded. The Crystal Tower was not simply thrust above ground by the chaotic shifting of Earth, it has somehow been reawoken. It is, if as it seems increasingly likely, the tower's secrets should prove too dangerous to share with the world, who have no choice but to contain them. Short of leveling the place, this will also be certainly involve returning this mechanism to a state of dormancy. To do that, however, we will first need to address the question of how they work, the answer to which must surely be waiting for us inside the tower itself. In conclusion, that is where we must go. A task rather easier said than done. The bears of the labyrinth are any indication. Then I move that all further exploration of the tower must be delayed until such time as an exhaustive analysis of structural defenses has been completed. Master Garland, may I entrust this task to you? It'd be my pleasure. Don't forget about us. It's like you said, Chief, we found the arrow marks to make sure the technology was used for the right reasons, and that means making sure it's not used for the wrong ones. We wouldn't be doing our jobs if we didn't see this through to the end. Lads, well, I hope you're ready for some back-breaking chores. Well, everything seems to be in hand here, yeah, so I shall take my leave of you for the present. If I am to witness this valiant tale unfold with my own eyes, I must needs hone my martial skills ere we ascend the spire. Do nothing of the sort, Gra. Your knowledge may prove useful in Master Garland's investigation. As an observer, I am not, strictly speaking, subject to your authority. Pray do not mistake my intent, Aine. I am well aware that I shall never be a match for one with your innate talent. However hard I train, be that as it may, pray do not allow your skills to rust from disuse during the coming polls. We will need you fighting fit for your subsequent forays. Are to prove as productive as this one, mark me. We have not yet caught more than the briefest glimpse of what this of that which time has obscured. Soon, however, we shall cast off the veil and gaze upon the glory of the Garlean Empire. And with that encouraging thought in mind, it is time to bring this assembly to a close. Let us all focus on the task at hand, that our next expedition may begin all sooner. Being adjourned. Oh God, I am tired still. Oh, look at the blue tower. It goes. Oh, look. It's your boy. Such a terrible mess. Yet it does leave the door wide open, so to speak. One cannot help but be impressed. I'm beginning to understand the reliance you place on adventurers, old friend. So this is the legacy of the Garlean Empire left behind. My readings are correct. The energy source waiting atop tower is a match even for even the ultimate weapon. Nay, more than a match. A new toy for me to play with. Believe the fates that conspired to deny me my just rewards once again, but it would seem that they had a greater destiny in mind for me. So long as my ambitions burns, I shall strive to seize it. The dream's lives on, Sid. Do not disappoint me. Gotta love Nero. Dickhead. Again, just my most fervent belief to fashion no piece by piece. Blah, 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 blah. And there's nothing in there, he said. Ah, 'tis you, my friend. You are doubtless eager to hear of our progress on the Crystal Tower. Excellent. I'd be disappointed to hear otherwise. Of course, disappointed is the word of the day, I fear. Shame to say that there's nothing worthwhile to report. The suns continue to probe the labyrinth of the ancients, and every day brings new discoveries. Alas, the same cannot be said of the Crystal Tower proper. We've not been able to set so much as a single foot inside. You will recall how the 8 sentinels stood between us and the labyrinth initially? In like manner, the entryway into the principal spire, Cypress Tower, the Alligans called it, is also protected by technology far more advanced than our own. Sid and I tried every trick we know, but without success. Frankly speaking, we are at a loss. It's discouraging, but we cannot give up. There must be a way in. So the situation stands, my friend. Until we gain entry tower, I fear your talents shan't avail us. It will require time that I am loath to waste. I have a mind to set my people to scouring such ancient texts as that as we have on hand. Perhaps we can be of assistance. And you are? It is friends, for we share the same goal. I and my companion is Doga. We are scholars of the Garlean civilization, sent by the students of Baldessian to assist in your endeavor. And Doga. Rather new names for this day and age, if I might be forgiving for observing, but I digress. You can claim to be here at the student's behest, but we have not received nary a word of your coming. Moreover, in light of the recent incident at the Isle of Val, I should think that you have rather more pressing concerns. Not only as soon as the message failed to reach you due to some mishap, I assure you that we are here to help. What is it, Garaha? No, 'tis nothing. There was pain, but it has subsided. Well, this rather unexpected. Your right eye is the same as ours. Same, you have the elegant eye as well. Sanguine hue is said to be a trait unique to the Allegans, yet I inherited from my father as he did from his. Only one child in a single generation is born with the eye all my life. I have sought to learn the truth of manifestation. If there's aught you know, I implore you tell me. My deepest apologies, but we have no answers for you. Only one thing is certain. Those who possess the trait are bound by fate to Allag. As your eye has placed you upon the path you walk, so too have we come here to fill our destiny. So though it may sound, it is the truth. Seems to me we have naught to lose by accepting their aid. What say you? If that is your wish, then so be it. Yet I know that I still mean to verify your story with students about this, and when I am able, I trust there will be no objections. Very well, at this very moment, I name Unai and Doga, advisory members of Noah. Without further ado, let us have them examine the Cypress Tower entrance. Promise you, have not have cause to regret your decision. I think I should be much obliged if you would accompany our new friends. The Tower, Biggs, and Wedge are presently surveying the 8 sentinels. 2 of them can show you the way. Upon arrival, pray report to Master Garlean, who will brief you on the situation. I shall join you, Hydaelyn, with Unai and Doga's knowledge, along with your uncanny knacks for setting events in motion. I am hopeful that we'll finally see progress. Hopefully you guys don't hear any of that. That is rain outside. Currently it is pouring. Best part is I have to actually end the episode. At some point, I was actually going to go outside and go cut grass. Sadly enough, it sounds like it will be delayed. Not this early. I'm doing multiple episodes here. I'm getting this done. I'm getting the aligned stuff done, to be honest, because I've kind of reached a point where I want to go back and play more Final Fantasies, like, story stuff again. Because I kind of want to see how... Or, I don't know how much I want to actually see, but I kind of want to go back through Stormblood. Because I actually did thoroughly enjoy Stormblood. I actually take that back. I might not do Stormblood. Examining Grubbles in the hopes that it will yield a clue to entering Cypress Tower. Can you tell them we're getting desperate? I don't know. I'll think about it. Well, if it's an idea and you could enter Cypress Tower and kill everything in sight, no doubt, as I am sure you've already heard, though, the light is locked up tight as a clam. Ah, new friends from the students, you say. Excellent. It's been slow going, or rather, no going, for the chief. He'll appreciate the help. If you'll just follow me, I'll take you to him. Got a big door. Ah, small faces look straight and a couple new ones besides. Let me introduce Unai and Doga. They are scholars of ancient Alex, sent here by our friends about distant aid in the investigation. We understand you've had some you're having trouble circumventing the tower's defenses. 'Tis our hope that we can be of some small assistance. If your tire is all to go by, your assistance should prove invaluable indeed. Begin with, let me tell you where we stand. Beyond Cypress Tower, the principal spire of the structure, collectively known as the Crystal Tower. The only way to get inside is through the proverbial front door, the imposing gate you see here. The problem is we can't get it open. It's sealed by some mechanism whose workings are an utter mystery to us. Having had no success via orthodox methods, I went at it with everything from a pickaxe to a magitech cannon. Nothing so much as put a scratch on it. For blessing, the gate doesn't try to reduce us to ashes like the 8 sentinels, but that doesn't make it any less effective. A security measure. It's fiendishly frustrating in its simplicity. The only clue we have is the ladder's card upon it. A man and a woman. Respect it. Elegant royalty by my judgment. As to who these individuals were, we cannot say, nor do we know whether the device actually serves a purpose. Like as not, it's purely decorative. If they can force it, save your strength. It's no use just as the calluses on my hands. That's true, we do not mean to waste our strength. Indeed, why will we exert ourselves when the gate will open of its own accord? Damn. I don't think any of us expected that to happen. So Nels, what is this? What did you do? What are you? Here's an Evans gathering light, a symbol of mankind's glory and might. Which is guarded by gates impregnable only to those of royal blood, answerable exactly as passed down through legend. I am delighted to see. Beg pardon for interrupting your bewilderment. I couldn't help but notice the remarkable playthings you've acquired. Nero, you're still alive? Garlean, if I didn't know any better, I would say you weren't happy to see me. But I jest. In light of our recent meetings, you have every right to be wary. Right, but rest assured, I am no longer a threat to you. My legion is, for all intents and purposes, defunct. My association, which with it means a tight noose awaits me back in Garlemald. And so I've been roaming this land of Eorzea, a regular interherent. In the course of my wanderings, I had a chance to catch wind of your latest venture. It sounded positively fascinating, and so I decided to come here and join you. The wrongs you've committed, you think us that gullible? Especially my intent is only my just deserts, but I am determined to make amends as a gesture of goodwill. I will share with you what I know, starting with these two odd characters. As you are doubtless already aware, the Crystal Tower was the symbol of ancient Alleg's might and prosperity. Entry was permitted only to royalty and a select few individuals. According to the records I have unearthed, only royal blood can open the gate. In other words, the Emperor and his progeny were living keys. You can say that these two are descended from Allegan royalty. Oh, I suggest nothing so glamorous. To put it plain, they are imitations of royalty, living keys born of Allegan ingenuity. Clones, I believe, and it is the name of your creators gave your kind. Is that not so? It seems the time for concealment has passed. Greg, such apologies. It was not our intent to deceive. We simply wish to avoid causing undue alarm by prematurely making what many would consider deranged claims. If it please you, let us return to the 8 Sentinels. There is much and more to tell. Very well. So now, do you seriously mean to follow us around? Your new friend. My character doesn't like him. Come on, Garlean, you know better than that. Better than to think that I spoke in jest. What more will take for us to be reconciled? A gift, perhaps? Elegant Tonton holds the information I just shared with you, and a deal more besides. It used to be the jealousy guardian property of the 14th Legion, but it's not yours now. I wish you joy of it. I look forward to working together, old friend. Harry just seems like such a pompous ass, but he's fun. Big question is, are we going to get into Cypress Tower before that? Aaron writes mistrust, but begging to hear us out. Long have we waited for this opportunity for our life's purpose. Bet you have. Seeing what the Uni, and Doga have to say, it will be not be too late to decide upon a course of action afterwards. Goes without saying, the Nero can't be trusted. We do bet well to keep an eye on him at all times. Damn straight. I think the Allians can make copies of people. If this knowledge were to fall in the wrong hands, the world would become a terrible place. Try to imagine a dozen pigs shouting at me all day. Damn. Keep Nero go all the way back to the Magic Academy. It's an exclusive school situated in the capital, reserved for the Empire's brightest elite. I don't know the nitty-gritty details, but they didn't get along back then. They don't get along now. Fix bastard for bringing them together again. May not have gone on the best of stars, but in the past is past. Yesterday's enemies can be today's friends. Do you not agree, Warrior of Light? I mean, I got no problems with you. If you're ready to listen, we shall tell you all. Staying close to the investigation, your leader, Rambros, may wish to be present. Before we begin, pray allow me to apologize again. It was not our intent to deceive you. As you have already gathered, we are not scholars sent by the students of Eorzea, nay, we are clones, copies of people who once existed, given life through Allegan technology. This is rather a lot to take in. If it would not be considered unseemly, might I ask you why you and yours were created, and more specifically, what is it that you now seek to do? Answering your question requires that we revisit Allegan history. Pray bear with us. The Allegan Empire reached its zenith long before our kind came into being. In that glorious age, the Crystal Tower stood tall as a symbol of Allegan pride. Parents took their children there, that they might learn how the nigh limitless energy it produced brought prosperity to the whole empire. That prosperity, however, bred decadence, and the empire began to show signs of stagnation. This decline was made all the more rapid for want of strong leadership. In a matter of generations, the Allegan civilization became a pale shadow of its former self. Its one gleaming cities fell into disrepair, and its frontier lands were given over to the wilderness. Lamenting the pitiful state of affairs, one technologist made it his mission to restore Alec to its greatness. Aemon was his name, and he believed that the ailing empire wanted for but a potent ruler, and none was more potent than its founding father, whom he sought to resurrect. The founding father? You cannot mean Emperor Zhed. None other. As a part of his experiments, Aemon created clones of the Emperor's descendants. We are the products of that experiment, copies of Unai and Doga. Historical texts mention the reigns of two Allegan empires named Zandi. I don't know. The family believed the second was the namesake of the first. After all, such a custom is not uncommon among royalty and commoners alike to think that the two were in fact one and the same. Zandi returned from the grave and assumed his throne once more, and true to Aemon's prediction, the Emperor restored his realm to the glory it once knew. Would that he could have been satisfied with that. In his previous life, the Emperor desired to bring the entire world under Allegan dominion, an ambition that ultimately went unfulfilled. Having been granted a second chance, he was determined to succeed. Realizing that he needed more power to wage his war of conquest, Zandi turned his sights toward forbidden source, darkness. In order to learn how to harness the power, he converted the Crystal Tower into a restricted research facility. Darkness. Again, Seven Hells, what is with the megalomaniacal rulers turning to darkness in their lust of power? Well, at least this one won't be bothering us, being 1,000 years dead and all. Oh, would that you were right, Master Garland. Oh no. Alas, Emperor Zondi is very much alive. Within Cyprus Tower, he still abides, his ambition burning all the more ardently for his empire's collapse. Wielding the power of darkness requires prodigious amounts of energy, energy that not even the Crystal Tower could produce. In order to augment the shortfall, Dalamud was created and launched into the heavens. On high it hung, gathering the sun's energy and channeling it into the tower below. However, miscalculation resulted in a surge of energy that escaped into the land. This triggered an earthquake of unprecedented violence, the calamity that ushered in the Fourth Umbral Era. In the blinking of an eye, the mighty Garlean Empire was laid to waste. Yet not even as the Crystal Tower was sinking into the earth, technologist Amon, now Emperor Zondi's closest aid, invoked powerful magics and halted the flow of time. Every soul within the structure the Emperor included was placed in a deep slumber. In that state, they would remain until the time was ripe to awaken. Well, they still don't have Dalamud, so what the hell are they going to do? Eras came and went. After millennia lying dormant, Dalamud was summoned back to the earth. Its descent triggered the Seventh Umbral Calamity, in the wake of which the Crystal Tower re-emerged. That moment, Zondi awakened. As lust for power, the Emperor consorted with darkness and was seduced by its corrupting influence. Even though his empire is now little more than a fading memory, he will stop at nothing to see his ambition realized. "'Tis for no other purpose but to put an end to Zondi's madness that we exist. This is the mantle we inherited from our namesakes, the true Unai and Doga." Fearing what might befall the world, the two of them sought to thwart their emperor, gave us into their will that might carry on their mission should they fail. When we came to our senses within the Crystal Tower, we deliberated a course of action, concluding that we alone could not overcome Zondi. We struck out to find a worthy ally. It has taken years, but our search is finally over. 'Tis no ordinary woman who cut a path through the labyrinth of ancients. With you as our champion, Hydaelyn Zhed, we are confident we can end Zondi's dark ambition once and for all. Well, that'll teach me for blinking too soon. Setting my jargon aside, I see now why you knew about the students of Odyssean among a host of other things. You were observing our investigation the whole time. So what will we do, Hydaelyn? The world is in grave danger again, and just so happens you're an expert at saving it. Kick his ass. Your eternal gratitude. Together, let us see the Garlean Empire's dark past laid to rest. It's been our mission to recover the long-lost knowledge of the Garlean civilization, but what worth is that knowledge if it means subjecting the realm to peril? Truth be told, it pains me to think the Tower secrets may become lost to us, but the greater good must ever come first. Besides, no quantity of ancient relics compared to our friends Una and Doga, living, breathing Garleans. So I hereby declare a change in Noah's objective. Henceforth, we shall direct all efforts towards sealing off Cyprus Tower. Its dark secrets must never know the light of day. Hydaelyn, as you did for us with the Labyrinth Ancients, I would have you enter the structure and eliminate hostile elements. Let's say this includes Emperor Zondi himself. Meanwhile, the rest of us shall examine ways to isolate Cyprus Tower from the outside world. To work then. Wait, there's something I must know. My right eye is like yours. Does this mean... You inherited a trait from your father, you said. Now that clones are unable to bear offspring, you have no cause for concern. The Garlean eye, you called it, but to us it's the royal eye, owing to the fact that the trait manifests only in those possessed of royal blood. I cannot well explain the eye runs in your line, but I am disinclined to think it's a coincidence. Though you are doubtless impatient to learn the truth, pray have patience, all will be revealed in due time. Now, does that mean I can do Cypress Tower now? No. Okay. The other names appear to have survived the passage of time. Doga and I were worthy individuals. They were not without faults, but they placed the welfare of the people above all else. As Adi was resurrected, they supported his second ascension to the throne in hopes that the empire would flourish once more under his leadership. It came to light that Zandi was concerned with dark powers. They did all within their power to stop him. Among their many acts, they imbued us, two humble clones, with their will. Within Cypress Tower, we will encounter clones who share our appearance. Though they, too, were created in the image of Doga and Unai, they are but empty husks bereft of independent will. Their sole purpose is to eliminate intruders. Striking down splitting images of Unai and myself may give you pause, but you must not let that stay your hand. What the hell did you just say? Apologies if I've given you cause to worry. I am quite well, I assure you. As you can appreciate, there has been much for me to think on. But now is our time. Not idle thoughts. Cypress Tower awaits us. Task is eliminate all hostile elements within the structure, Zandi himself included. This will afford us a chance to seal out the facility. May the crystal grant you strength. Well, I think this is where Cypress Tower suddenly becomes a plausibility. But we are actually going to be at 30 minutes, so me doing this mission is probably not going to happen. Actually, where's everybody at? I just saw a group of players. Where'd they go? No, they're gone. I guess I can quickly do an exit and entrance. So, with that, guys, unfortunately, we do at the end of the episode here. I don't know where those players went, so they must be doing the mission or something. So, with that, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. We come back, everybody, more Final Fantasy XIV, and we'll be doing Cypress Tower next. I'll see you guys then. Thanks.